Your desk is the foundation of your desk setup. So today, I'm comparing 6 popular standing desks, each with its own strengths and weaknesses. Which one's the best? Stick around because my answer might surprise you. Before we get started, I want to give a huge thanks to Vernal. Not only did they send over their desk for me to test, but they also sent me 2 of their competitors' desks as well. And those would be the Uplift V2 C-Frame and the popular Secret Lab Magnus Pro. That's a bold move by Vernal, and I'm here for it. Especially since they didn't pay me to make this video, so my opinions are my own, but I do get to keep the desk they sent me. Alongside these desks, I'll be comparing 2 other ones that I've tried before on this channel, the FlexiSpot E6 and the Very Comfort Edge. All these desks are similar in that they only have 2 legs and are what I would consider mid-tier standing desks. I'll be evaluating each desk across 5 categories and pick the winner in each category. Then choose the desk that won the most categories as the best one. The 5 categories are the build experience, the design, quality, and features, the price and warranty, a wobble and anti-collision test, and the cons and quirks. When it comes to the price, I'll make sure that I'm comparing the 60-inch wide models if possible to keep things fair. So the first category up is the build experience. Most electric standing desks come in 3 main parts: the desktop, the frame, and the legs and feet. Then there are usually some cables, power boxes, and a controller to attach. And we'll be starting with the FlexiSpot E6 standing desk. I covered the E6 a while ago on this channel, and it probably will take you the longest to build, simply because you have to assemble and attach the frame to the desk itself. The instructions for the E6 were pretty straightforward, however, it was the only desk that required me to use a drill as there were no pre-drilled holes in the center of the desktop, which could make it easy to drill through if you're not careful. Next, let's move on to the Very Comfort Edge standing desk. This was one that I used when helping my friend Ali put together his new desk setup. The build process for this was extremely easy and will probably just take you about 15 minutes to assemble. And that's thanks to the frame already being attached to the desktop. So all you have to do is attach the legs and feet with a few screws, then plug everything in and attach the controller. I love that standing desks are starting to do this. It just makes it really easy for you and there is less room for error. However, it does make the desktops a bit heavier, so always get help from a friend if possible. Moving on to the Vernal, they also implemented a pre-assembled frame design, and that made the entire build process stress-free and easy. So after attaching the legs and feet with a few screws, you just need to attach the controller and plug in a few things just like the Very desk. I also like that there is a cover for the cables, and they were already pretty much cable managed for you, saving you an extra step. Up next, let's take a look at the Uplift V2 with the C-frame legs. The build process for this desk was actually similar to the E6 since you have to assemble and install the frame to the desktop itself. But at least I didn't need a drill this time. However, this one took me just as long thanks to the weird placements of some of these screws. There are also these fabric cable modesty panels provided if you want to cover up a lot of the cables that are running through the center of the frame. Although you'll want to pre-plan if you're going to use this because installing them also requires a few extra steps. And now let's take a look at the build experience of the Secret Lab Magnus Pro. Right away, I noticed the cool and modern looking packaging, and it made the unboxing and build process a lot more fun. Although this is probably the heaviest of all the desks since it's made entirely of metal. The build process was pretty easy and similar to the other desks with the built-in frame, and the controller is built into the desktop itself, so you won't have to worry about installing it. But after attaching the legs and feet, you do need to install the built-in cable management tray, which is one of its main features. And after you flip it over, you also have to install its next big feature, and that's the large magnetic desk pad that covers the entire surface of the desk. I heard a lot of people struggle with installing the mat, but I found it easy with the included instructions. So for the best build experience, the winners are the Very Comfort Edge, the Vernal, and the Secret Lab Magnus Pro. Now we move on to the next category, which is the design, quality, and specs. Starting with the FlexiSpot E6, it has a dual motor system with 3-stage legs, with a height range of 24.4 inches to 50 inches, and can support up to 352 pounds. It has a programmable control panel that lets you set up to 4 height memory presets with a backlit LED display. And it comes with basic cable management accessories like Velcro straps and stick-on cable guides. With this being the white version, I was concerned about it getting dirty, but the finish they use actually makes it pretty easy to keep clean. Moving on to the Very, it also has dual motors with 3-stage legs with a height range of 25 inches to 50 inches and can support up to 200 pounds. It also comes with a programmable control panel with 4 memory height presets as well, but the standout feature here is the rounded comfort edge at the front of the desk, which looks great and feels ergonomic. I was also impressed with the 3D rustic wood laminate that made it look and feel a lot more real. This desk came with all the basic cable management accessories and a couple of nice clamp-on hooks, and even a rubber coaster with their logo on it. Next up is the Vernal standing desk. It has dual motors with 3-stage legs, with a height range of 22.8 inches to 49.4 inches, and can support up to 352 pounds. The included controller also offers 4 memory presets with an LED screen display. This desk has a high-quality walnut veneer finish for the desktop that looks great with the black frame, and the overall build quality is pretty solid. The desktop does have 2 grommets that you can use to help you out with cable management, and you can also replace them with one of their accessories that will give you some extra outlets and charging ports. On the topic of cable management, they also give you a large cable tray, which I think is awesome, and you also get the basic cable management straps and guides. I'd say this desk gives off a very modern home office and remote work vibe. I could also see this being used in modern corporate offices. One thing to keep in mind with the Vernal though, is that they have an entire ecosystem of accessories that you can buy that will match the look of your desk. So if you want the space that your desk setup is in to have a nice and cohesive aesthetic look, this makes it easy. Other brands do this as well, but I don't think I've seen one that has this many accessories. Up next is the Uplift. It also uses dual motors and 3-stage legs with a height range of 25.3 inches to 50.9 inches. And it can support up to 355 pounds. This time though, the controller included only offers up and down buttons and no display. The frame on this desk also has lots of threaded holes to allow you to mount their custom accessories, so that's kinda cool. The desk I received came in white with a black frame, but unlike the E6 desk, the finish on the white desktop makes it easy to get dirty. I'd say the Uplift also gives a very remote work and modern home office vibe. It also comes with the standard cable straps and sticky guides, plus a few free accessories that you can pick that could be useful like a desk mat or desk pad. And now for the Magnus Pro. It also uses a dual motor and 3-stage leg system with a height range of 25.6 inches to 49.2 inches, and it can support up to 265 pounds. This desk has a built-in controller with up to 3 memory height presets and LED display. But what makes it unique is that you can lock it to avoid any accidental movements. And the fact that the entire desktop is a magnetic desk mat, and you can swap those out for different looks and materials is awesome. Especially because they have some officially licensed ones by companies like Lamborghini, Batman, Attack on Titan, and Cyberpunk. But the big standout feature here is the integrated cable management tray towards the back. You can easily access the tray by lifting the hinged cover, and inside this tray is a built-in and concealed electrical outlet for you to plug your power strip into, making it easy to hide all your cables. The main power cable is concealed and integrated into the left leg column itself. Then you just plug in the main power supply cable into that. Now, the design of this desk gets a lot of hype, and finally seeing it in person, I can see why. The all-metal desktop and frame are just impressive to look at and feel solid. And the unique features it has are really cool and different. This one gives off a very modern and industrial vibe with its sharp, angular design. So it's no surprise then that this is very popular with the gaming community. Another awesome thing with this desk is that they have a modular ecosystem of cool and useful accessories made just for this desk. And since the desk is made of metal, most of these accessories are magnetic. So for this category, I'm going to give this to both the Vernal and the Magnus Pro, as both not only look awesome in their own ways, but also offer great cable management solutions that come with the desk, and they both also have a cool ecosystem of accessories to enhance your setups. Now, this next category is an important one for a lot of people, and that's the price and warranty. The E6 is priced at $460, making it one of the more affordable options, and it comes with a 15-year warranty for the frame and motor, and 2 years of protection on the control panel and electronics. The Very Comfort Edge comes in at $722.50, which makes it come in at the higher end on this list. But they do offer a lifetime non-transferable warranty against defects in the materials or workmanship. The Vernal Standing Desk comes in at $450, making it the most budget-friendly option on this list. And it also comes with a 15-year warranty. The price for the Uplift V2 C-frame desk also comes in kinda high at $700. And the warranty provided is also for 15 years on all parts and accessories. As for the Secret Lab, you'll have to pony up to $800 for it currently with one of the basic magnetic desk mats. This makes it the most expensive desk on this list. And the warranty you get is only 5 years for the desk itself and only 2 years for the electronic control panel and control box, making it the one with the worst warranty in this list. So when considering both the price and warranty, I think that the Vernal comes out on top, with second place going to the FlexiSpot E6 for the price, followed by the Very for the lifetime warranty. And now, I do want to do a quick wobble and anti-collision test on all of these desks. Having some wobble is very common in two-leg standing desks when you start to increase their height. To make the test a little more realistic, I added 70 pounds of weight on the desk if they were empty. I also had them all at my preferred standing height, which is 43 inches off the ground. Also keep in mind that most of these desks were tested on carpet. Here's the wobble on the Vernal. Here's the wobble on the Uplift V2 C-frame. Here's the wobble on the Magnus Pro. Here's the wobble on the FlexiSpot E6. And here's the wobble on the Very Comfort Edge. As you can see, they all have wobble at standing heights, but in the seated positions, there was no wobble. So for standing desks that have 2 legs, I think it's kind of a moot point. They all do it, and none of them stood out as terrible to me. Moving on to the anti-collision test, this could be a very important feature for you if you have kids in the house, or if you accidentally leave your chair under your desk and someone hits one of the memory presets that puts it back in seating position. So here's the Vernal. And here's the Magnus Pro. And here's the Very Comfort Edge. But now, check out the results of the Uplift V2 C-frame desk. And here's the FlexiSpot E6. They all stop almost instantly if they feel any resistance, with the Uplift and the FlexiSpot E6 doing a better job than the rest. And now, it's time for the final category. I'm going to cover the cons and quirks of each desk, and the winner will be the standing desk with the least amount of these. Starting with the E6, the build experience was tedious and required me to use a drill. This desk also doesn't come with a cable management tray or similar solutions unless you purchase them separately. The design and finish is also pretty standard with no features that jump out at me, but it doesn't have any quirks. Moving on to the Very Comfort Edge. I'd say it really only has a couple of main cons and one small quirk. And that would be the price, making it one of the more expensive options, and for that price, you don't get a cable management tray included. As for the small quirk, it has to do with the main Comfort Edge, as it's rounded and won't work with any clamp-on accessories. Moving on to the Vernal, I think this one really only has one con, and that's the anti-collision feature. While it does still work, I wish it was more sensitive like some of the others. Up next is the Uplift V2 C-frame. Now, for the cons on this one, well, I think it's pretty obvious what the main one is. And that's the price. It's on the higher end on this list, and you don't get much for it. No cable management tray, and even the standard controller you get doesn't come with memory presets, which is something that all the other desks on this list have. If you want to upgrade to the controller with memory presets, that's another $29. And the finish of this white top version gets dirty very easily. So if you're going to order one, consider choosing a different color and finish. Now, for the Secret Lab Magnus Pro. Even though this desk looks freaking awesome and has some really unique and impressive features, they do come at a cost when it comes to the cons and quirks of this desk. And that mainly has to do with the large integrated cable management tray. The depth of the desktop is 27.5 inches, which seems decent, but it's actually only 23 inches because of the hinged tray cover. It even has a warning label reminding you that you should not place anything on top of it, because it can't support as much weight as the rest of the desktop. And lastly, this is also the most expensive desk on this list, while also having the least amount of warranty. Maybe that's because it's more of a complex desk, but it still kind of sucks. So, the winner with the least amount of cons goes to the Vernal standing desk. It also has no quirks, making it the most universally functional out of all of them. So which desk is the best one out of these 5? The Vernal came out on top in most of these categories. The Vernal standing desk is what I think most people want with their standing desk, especially if it's their first one. A great-looking, modern home office desk that comes in various nice desktop finishes with a universal design that will work with any accessory you throw at it, and a large cable management tray to help you keep your setup looking clean. All while being the most affordable option on this list with a 15-year warranty. And the Vernal has a huge ecosystem of matching and functional accessories for both your desk and your home office. Now, I'd like to pick a second place runner-up, and what I chose might surprise you, because it surprised me. If I were to spend more on a mid-tier standing desk, I would go for the Secretlab Magnus Pro, simply because it just looks and feels so freaking cool. I don't know how else to describe it. I think it's worth the hype. I have a background in industrial design, and both respect and love the risks that they took breaking the mold when it comes to standing desks, even if it has a few cons and quirks that came along with it. I think if they worked on the price, or even if they threw in some cool accessories and upped the warranty it comes with, it would be a no-brainer if you're in love with the look like I am. As for all 5 of these desks, I hope it's clear that none of these perform poorly at being a standing desk, and each of these different brands give everyone different choices. So what did you think of these standing desks, and which one would you want for your dream desk setup? Let me know in the comments below. If you guys are interested in any of the desks in the video, I have affiliate links to them in the description down below. Lots of these brands are still having Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and holiday sales, so be on the lookout for those. As for what I'm going to do with all these standing desks, I'm only going to keep one. And the rest will be going to new homes so I can ensure that my friends can also have super cool desk setups. I hope this video gave you some valuable information, and if you think it did, I'd be grateful if you could give it a like, leave a comment, and if you enjoy setup content, consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell because I got more videos coming your way. And if you want to see some really cool dream desk setups, check out this playlist right here.